don't have a disability together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have different abilities. Here at Ability MKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability hits a wide range of possibilities. We can be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, a mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and the list goes on. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own or with people we know or people we encounter perhaps on a daily basis. Here at Ability MKE Now, we break down the barriers and we celebrate the ability in all of us. Now, tonight we have some wonderful people joining us. I'm excited to have our Zoom room filled with some, like I said, some amazing people with some great stories here to be sharing with us. And I am going to start out actually with bringing Emily Golmer in to do some introductions here. So, Emily, if you want to come on in and begin for us.
Well, thank you, everybody. I think we are going to start with one of our of nonprofit organization that Kurt and I have been involved with for the last several months now, called HELPipedia. And we met her through, well, actually met her through HELPipedia. But we got her back involved with the Happy Neighborhood Project. And so HELPipedia is all about helping youth, especially high school and college age students. And it's been great, a great group to be a part of. So I think we have Lauren in here. So Lauren, how about we pass over to you to maybe do a little more of an introduction of yourself.
Absolutely. So before we even get started about me, I just have to do a huge shout out to Emily Golmer. She's always the first to stand up. Hey, Laurelyn, can we help with HELPipedia? What can I do? Can I set up emails? Can I help with calendars, scheduling, all kinds of stuff? And then we've got Sue Roskopf here, of course, one of the co-hosts behind Sue. I haven't had a chance to get to know Sue yet, but I've heard lots of good things. And Kurt is that guy. Can I make an introduction? Can you get this? Can you get that? And Kurt is always challenging us at HELPipedia in the very best way, not to be provocative, but to be inclusive, saying, well, what are you doing? What else can you change to really put forward HELPipedia as being a disability ally, as well as a home for people with disabilities? And so I thank you both very, very much for that and for the differences that you're making in the community. Then to steal another minute or two here on the microphone. So my name's Dr. Laurelyn Mears. I am the co-founder of HELPipedia. Had this wild and crazy dream that no ask for help should go unheard. We said, well, how are we going to do that? Right? So we thought, well, the vision, you've got to create a place where you can enable growth. It's got to be a safe space. So we wanted to have a platform where we said, okay, let's put all the content and all the services out there for personal and professional development, put it all in one place. And that's what I did in my business in Steeris and training, but I was missing a big component. I was missing that whole heart-centered community of people who believed in the same vision and wanted to affect change in their communities and do that by first helping each other and then being able to be stronger to help other people. And so teamed up with Phil Vitrano and all kinds of other people and like, woohoo, now we got HELPipedia, and it's kind of like Wikipedia, where we're crowdsourcing content and all kinds of goodies from you all, meets Make-A-Wish Foundation, where we can get corporate sponsorships, federal grants, state grants, or wealthy individuals who can contribute to it so that no ask for help goes unheard and accessibility and affordability can be wiped off the table. Anyway, so that's kind of the scoop. My background, I've done all kinds of things, startups, Fortune 100, executive stuffs, all kinds of things. I love innovation and doing things that make a difference. I'm a social innovator.
Yeah, the thing is that HELPipedia just started last August, so it's only been going on like 8 months, something like that, which is awesome. Everyone, Phil said something about you guys just got organized as an organization in February. Or
We
what
did.
what was that about? I don't know if I told you. Yeah.
Yeah, so Emily, like, so good point. So Phil and I kind of teamed up last summer where it was like, I've got this platform, and he said, well, I've got this idea, and we said, woohoo, peanut butter and jelly, let's put it together and put it out to market. But we spent a lot of months talking, planning, things you have to do. You don't just go like, woohoo, here's a nonprofit, right? So we did a lot of that kind of stuff. And then by the fall, we started reaching out to people, and we started to get the reaction. And people are like, yeah, this is the thing. Like, you guys are legit. You're the real deal. You're going to actually help me. Like, it's not just networking and say what you do for 1 minute. I'm like, no, like, legit. We want to help each other. And that gave us enough courage and momentum to say that, you know what, we got to make this real. So we officially incorporated on February 1st, and our 501c3 nonprofit status is now up to the government gods within New Jersey. So hopefully we get that awarded soon. And then our gaming and scholarships and grants status ourselves, so we can bring our services and content to people in need. So that's kind of where we are on our journey. Long way to go. And like I always tell, I kid everybody in HELPipedia, Phil and I are co-piloting this plane. We're up in the air. Neither of us have pilot licenses, but we're up there. Plane doesn't have any wings yet. We got a whole bunch of people sitting in there in the body of the plane. They're like, where's the roof, right? Where's the seats? We haven't done any of that yet. And we're out of fuel. So, but we're up in the air, and we're going to find a way to get the fuel from the donors and benefactors and everybody that's in the planes helping build it while we're in there. And we're going to make it happen. We're not going down.
Awesome. I love what you guys are doing. This has been amazing. Actually, Phil was a guest on here with us a while ago. So as far as hopefully those that have listened to our show regularly would know at least a little bit about HELPipedia ahead of this. But so what's been the most, should I say, rewarding or exciting piece of this for you? Where do you, what's the heart of this for you?
That you can make a difference one person at a time. And we've had some very intimate moments, without, of course, obviously I'm not going to, give names and hide, these are secrets and things, but when people have come forward, they've been in need and they've participated in our events or our breakout rooms. And first of all, it's amazing that people feel comfortable enough to be wholly vulnerable with total strangers. They're like, what's HELPipedia? Like, it doesn't even freaking really exist in most places. No one knows what the heck it is. And so they have that feeling of comfort where they can talk to people openly. And so if that's not enough, when there's been a couple of us, and there's been a couple of occasions where know each other from like, oh yeah, you're in a business perspective. Oh, you do this. Like, oh, Emily, yeah, you're a VA and you do these things, and But what we don't know is that some of the members have come forward and said, I lost my child in Child Protective Services. I can help you with your case. And so our members are coming forward again in small groups and saying things and bringing their level of expertise or their pain that they've learned from and worked through to other people to say, yeah, I hear you. Like, let's do this. Like, it's amazing. I get goosebumps.
That's awesome. I love it. And actually, we also have another guest with us this evening that is very involved with HELPipedia as well. So actually, Emily, can I pass it back over to you? Would you like to bring our next guest in to join us?
Okay, so our next guest, Christine, as Sue said, is really involved with HELPipedia and is so HELPipedia has different I don't know what you would call it, chapters or different sections, and so Christine is the leader, runs the wellbeing chapter of HELPipedia that meets on Mondays. So Christine, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Thank you so much, Emily. And I love that you come and see us on Mondays with Kurt. You bring so much value, and it's so nice. And so I'm Christine Bernard from the province of Quebec in a beautiful national park of Mount Orford. And I was introduced to HELPipedia end of November, beginning of December, and started the wellbeing chapter January 9th. So I'm really, really excited to be able to help and support people who show up, and whether it's other, each person in the well-being field has their special sauce. And we each bring a different value, or we each connect differently. Like I may connect really well with Emily, but maybe I don't connect so well with Laura Lynn, And even though I could help both of them, but one of them jives better. And I think that's what's important about the HELPipedia well-being community, is that my goal is to bring lots of different people. And by the way, I love working with Laura Lynn. I just love working there.
It's mutual.
Pardon me?
I said it's mutual.
Yes, it is mutual. Thank you.
Actually, I do want to go ahead. I know we have more people that are joining us as guests tonight. I want to get everybody in the room here so we can open up our conversation. I want to hear more from each of you about HELPipedia, and in the process also get some reactions from everybody else that we have joining us. So we have a gentleman joining us that has been here quite a few times, but not recently. I'm excited to see Aaron back again. So I want to bring Aaron Lung into the room again here, and wonder if are you at a point where you're able to do a brief introduction of yourself as well?
Oh, okay. Hi everyone. My name is Aaron. I am from Hong Kong right now. I'm actually crossing the borders, but I'm really glad to be here. I'm a speaking coach and also helps Pat as well. Have been in this industry for 16 years. I dedicate to help a lot of different people to speak up. So because that's also my dedication, my personal mission in my life, because I was once introvert and bullied in my life. Bullied. No, I'm not a bully. Okay, I don't look like one. And most importantly, it's about, I believe everyone has their own voice. So that's why it's my dedication there. So related to HELPipedia, a short note about it is that I've been involved similar stuff with HELPipedia. In Asia, there are HELPipedias as well, but it's not as thorough as what our speaker has just mentioned. I was more like giving a lot of different health tips and advice, and on radio stations. Just we started back in 1990, like 1990. So that was like started the first radio broadcast on health tips and advice. But they also started wish and stuff. But I'm sure that this will be better than that one in some way based on what I hear. I'll pass this back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Aaron. And we do have one more lovely lady joining us this evening. Beth Shapiro is with us as well. So I wonder if you want to come in and just say a brief hello to everybody and just a little bit who you are. We're just getting unmuted here. There we go.
Okay. I don't know what happened. My thing moved over. But anyway. Hello, I'm Beth Shapiro, and I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And you all are the most wonderful, special people I've ever met in my life. I don't know how I got so lucky. I think God was intervening. I don't really know what's going on, but who cares? It happened. And so I just want to say I'm very grateful to you all. And I don't know where I would be without you all. So I guess that's all I'll say.
Aaron, I'm so glad you're here. So I do want to bounce this back between Laurelyn and Christine. What would you like to highlight? What things should we all know about HELPipedia? I want to make sure that everybody can find out some details about this that are take-home messages and what they'll walk away with.
We have an hour?
There's a lot here that can be unpackaged with all this. So, we can have you back in the future for more components. But if you want to pick a piece or two, I think that would be amazing.
Well, a couple things I'd like to highlight. Number one, every Thursday at noon Eastern time, and apologies to people that live on the other side of the world, that may not be the best time, because it might be a little late or a little early for you, depending if you're a night owl or early bird. But on noon at Thursdays, we're going to be starting every week. We're going to be featuring a member. So it'll be myself interviewing somebody, or one of the other people in HELPipedia interviewing another member. And it'll be different topics every week. So you'll be able to call in. It'll be like at the HELPipedia talk show. And if the topic is parenting, or being a step parent, or being a parent of a child with special needs, or being a teenager, whatever the topic's going to be, So that'll be rotating. The other thing that I'd like to highlight is that our platform, which powers HELPipedia, is the one I'm very proud of that we've built. And this is steer, like a steering wheel, STEER.us, US. And we make that free to everybody. There is a ton of content on there, all kinds of services you can find and get access to our members. They're providing all kinds of value add with their tips, their expertise. It's a gamified learning platform. We've got a section there with folks that are contributing from the special needs community. We've got people from all different communities because we really want to be whole and authentic in our representation. So take a look. It's free. Steer.us.
Amazing. I love that you guys are doing that. And actually, and Christine, do you want to come in and share some pieces? I know you lead the well-being portion. Do you want to tell us a little more about what that is?
Yes. So in the well-being, I steer. Okay. I steer the group to how can we support all the needs that are coming up, right? And right now, we are getting ready for a big event. Be the parent your child needs in 2023. And it's all about, it's time for moms on May 11th, 7 p.m. And we're super excited. It will be our second event. Our last event for April went well. So we're really excited to put that together, and we collaborate and co-create. It's really a collaboration that happens in the well-being. I love to collaborate, and I invite heart-centered people because, you know, Phil and I vet the people first to make sure that they're heart-centered and they have children and parents' needs first. And I think it's really amazing to be able to be part of that amazing community. And I'm so grateful that Laurelyn and Phil thought I was amazing enough to do this job.
Absolutely. Christine's incredible. And Christine helped galvanize the whole idea of heart-centered. So Phil and I had written up the bylaws where, you know, the short story is no nonsense, right? No bad behavior, no disrespect, no racial bias, no any of that nonsense. We are not going to tolerate any of that. And if any member exhibits any of that, toodles, right? They're gone. That's it. No questions. It's in the bylaws. Simple. But we knew we wanted people that were focused on the community, because like our philosophy is, you know, it's this whole triple win thing where, and so for the audience that can't see my hands, I'm making a triangle by making my fingers point together. And at the top of the triangle, as it has to be, it's the people we mutually serve, right? Those are our clients, the students, the parents, whomever's coming through our programs for It Takes a Community, who's ever leaning on us that needs help, that they're at the top of the triangle. That's the apex. And at the other side of the triangle are the other people like the Christine, the chapter leaders, all of the people that are out there where they have to win because we're partnering with them. And on the other side of the triangle, so the third point is me, Phil, the board, the rest, all the other members of HELPipedia, we all have to win. And so we knew we wanted that, but weren't expressing it in a way. It's like, well, you know, we got to care about the community. And Christine was always like, oh, we all need to be heart-centered. And we're like, yes. And in fact, the fact that she had said that, I had already designed the logo, and the logo has a heart in the middle of it with hands all around it. So it's just like, boom, you know, like I said, like this whole peanut butter and jelly where things go together. And so Christine helped us get there.
That's amazing. There's so many pieces with what HELPipedia is that have all just, from what and granted, my experience has been a little bit on the outside. I haven't gotten in depth as much as I know what Kurt has along the way here. But there are so many pieces and so many people that, like you're saying, have fit together so well. And I've been really excited to see where everything's going to be going. So I know you mentioned that there's an event coming up. I wonder if you want to tell us a little bit more of what to expect. What is an event like? What do you all do at an event?
So we ask all the members that are willing and interested in participating to offer something. And our theme, it's for moms how can we help moms before Mother's Day? So, and we're reshaping this event so that it's more geared for the mom who arrives who might be tired and it's not too overwhelming. So we have like the 5 sessions, and we're going to have 5 breakout rooms where parents can go, moms, I mean, dads can come too, right? I mean, discriminate, but we're going to, the members that are bringing value are going to bring value centered around the moms. And then for June, it'll be around the dads. So we're not forgetting you, dads. You're super important as well. And then there's one breakout room. This is something special that we decided to do from our last event, was if you have a special ask or you need special support, and there'll be 2-3 of us in that room to answer your questions or support you or listen to you or help you calm your amygdala down so that you can, feel some relief in the moment and guide you towards other people that we meet. So I'm busy meeting people one-on-one as well to get to know them better so that I have a better idea of what kind of support they have for the people so that we can associate people with the right people. And we have another special part of it is we will have like a panel discussion in between the sessions as well. So I'm not too sure what that's going to look like yet, but we're working on that this week to clarify, and it'll be ready for May 11th.
And it'll be every month. We're going to be doing this theme in and around parenting. We've also done other events and themes like Christine and I on navigating being an empath, right? That can be so draining. And we're going to do a part 2, which is how to navigate all of those empathy vampires out there, right? That just like suck out all your good energy and goodwill. And, what do you do to protect yourself? So we're bringing all of these topics. And as much as we're focused on youth development right now, that's certainly not where we plan to stay. Where we're taking it, not just with the events, but as we grow HELPipedia, we've got we've got like a grand vision, right? We want to have it so that no ask goes unheard. And so one of the things that we'll be doing is bringing all the different programming. We want to be able to, we have people on our board that support justice impacted young adults. So we want to have that representation. We've got people in conversation with to come on who work with people who are recovering from substance abuse. So we want them involved. We've got a special needs chapter that's highly active. And so we're doing special needs resource fairs. We have plans so that as we grow, not quite franchising it, but sort of, where we'd like to have it so that within Pakistan, within China, within France, within Argentina, wherever in the world people are, that they can replicate what we're doing, but not translate it. This is really, really important as a difference. We don't want to have just the content that we're creating and what we're doing translated into another language. We want people that are native speakers and have that cultural, contextual richness that they can bring to it so that within the community, people can better identify with who's speaking, cultural comparisons and all of the rest of that. So it's a much more authentic and richer experience. So picture that happening all over the world. And as we create all of these modules of content and course and programming, people will have the opportunity to interact with people in their chosen language, or perhaps they're moving and they want to get some contextual, clarity and comparisons with what's going on, the way that people handle it in the country that they're moving to. So we just want to be that resource, i.e. you're never alone. It's not just a Google search or go on YouTube, but wow, there's someone there with a hand that's going, yeah, you need help? You need help? We're here. What do you need? How can we help you? Hey, if I can't, I know someone who can.
That's awesome. I love it. And actually, with speaking along those lines here, I do want to bring Aaron back into the conversation here if he's available as well. Aaron, did you have any thoughts with what she's saying here as far as you're not in America right now, you're in another country, and with this being something that at some point, hopefully in the near future, would be available in other locations. I guess I'm just kind of curious what feedback you may have or what impression you have at this point with what HELPipedia is, and just if you want to weigh in on your thoughts here. And those were for Aaron. Yeah, sorry.
Because I actually missed a bit. Oh, I mean, based on what I hear, it's a very great idea. It definitely takes time because there are lots of things understandable, especially when you start something that amazing. You need to reach a lot of different connections. Or there are two things that's your biggest challenge right now. Number one is manpower, talents, people who are expertise in there. Like that's a big concern because like people around the world they have own lives and stuff. So really need to get all this very great talents to help these people. Number two is the bridging with various connections like social welfare departments or maybe like government bodies. That really takes a while. Like for me, I spent like 5 years just to open that channel there. So it's to me it's worth doing and it's worth realizing. I definitely support that. Now in China wise or like they actually have similar things, but definitely not as extensive as yours. Because what I hear is like you actually focus a lot of different things. Like, hey, I'm gonna extend my hand to you. Do you need help? That kind of thing. I didn't see that. I didn't see that yet. But it's that we have to try to reach out for people, but sometimes we do not know who to seek for, and that's what different countries are working. Even not just in China, like Singapore, Malaysia, um, Asia context. They do need they have apps. Currently, they have apps that reach out to counselors, like solving depression. But that's only just one specific stuff. It doesn't mean that it's actually focusing on many other stuff that really helps to take everyone's conditions individually as one. So definitely support it. It's just that it would take like 3 to 4 years at the very least. You have all these solid foundations, get reach out. So yeah, I mean, to me, I definitely support it. If you need any help, I'll be there to support too. I specialize in a lot of different youth education stuff. But most importantly, is about that dedication. I can see that Christine and our speaker there is like glowing in the eyes. I'm going to get this done. So at least that is a commitment there. I mean, as a founder or like the pioneer of this, you need to have that dedication, and I can see that it's going to be happening. So definitely have my support there.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you so much, Aaron. And actually, I'm just going to bounce it back. Christine, can you do in maybe 20 seconds? What is a takeaway that you would like people to hear in just a few seconds here?
Feel free to reach out, join us, come and see what we're about. It doesn't cost you anything. Just come and see, reach out to me, reach out on HELPipedia, check it out, HELPipedia.org, and see what you have, see who you know, who you'd like to bring in, and let's talk.
Awesome. And Laurelyn, same to you. If you have about 20 seconds, go ahead.
Don't be shy to ask for help. There's always someone who's going to be there. And if you can't find those resources, that safe space, come check us out. Along or on a raft.
Awesome. You're amazing. Everything that I am so excited what the future holds for also with Ability MKE Now. I think that Sue Roskopf here and probably all of us here with you now. With you. Amazing.
Thank you so much for hosting us on the platform. Thank you.
And any will come back. However,
Yeah,
A podcast show, the Great Files, and you on Yeah. Yeah, fine. I've got a red.
Miles. Miles.
Smiled. Said like I was going to invite Emily and Sue onto my show. Maybe through
Fire is something.
Journal is my name of my podcast.
Really? That's cool.
You want to be on it?
Okay. That's clever.
A link that you can share that we can find out more on it too. To the right on the radio website. Actually, the replay of this will be available on there, and I can include links on there to whatever y'all would like on there. It's all good. We have to be
We'll
careful
definitely
when
know
we're
what to
live
put.
on the air as far as what we're able to say and the whole thing of no call to action. But when it's on the written part, that's where I can put links. I can say, check this out. I can do all that actually in writing on there.
It would be great, Sue, if you put these two sites, like for steer.us, where they can get the access to platform so they can see all our member marketplaces. We add more, and HELPipedia.org. That would be great. And then I don't broadcast my podcast link because that would be very scary to have my calendar blow up. And Christine, like I said, like I want her on too. Like I've invited everybody come on. We're taking bookings in the middle of. I got it last year, but I'm trying to get it trained. So, like daily news, which media company I've helped would get more ability.
If that's